Hey guys, what's up? Here today to bring you a overdue 1,000 subscribers special Q&A video. And I honestly would not be here if it wasn't for you guys. So, I mean, give yourself a round of applause, a pat on the back, because you guys are amazing and you guys are why I make these videos, whether it be to entertain, to help, or just to share things with you. So, I really never thought I'd get it this far, you know? But yeah, I mean, I know to the big YouTubers out there, 1,000 doesn't seem like a lot, but to me, it seems like it's unbelievable. Like, I honestly never believed I'd get to 1,000. So, yeah. So, some people suggested on a live stream I did a while ago that, I should do a Q&A video. So I gathered up some questions from that live stream, and then some questions that I've gotten in the past, and I put them all in this lovely little Word document. And yeah, I guess we'll just go through them and give you a little bit of behind-the-scenes info on myself, I guess. I don't know why the hell this thing's not focusing right. Like, it's just not. It's stupid. And also, I hope my space heater's not too loud. It's just really cold down here, and without it, I'm freezing. But also doesn't help that I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt, so, you know. Alright, so here we go. First question, are you a boy or girl? I am a girl. I get this a lot because of the usernames that I choose and my voice. Everyone just assumes I'm a 12-year-old kid that hasn't gone through puberty. But no, I'm a girl. And speaking of usernames, why the name Wolfman? It's simply just because I love werewolves. And I didn't think Wolf Girl, or Wolf Chick, Wolf Lady, whatever, Wolf Woman, I just didn't think they had the same effect. It didn't sound as cool. And plus, there's also an extra layer of security because if people don't read my bio or hear me speak, they assume I'm a guy. And because I have it where as soon as people find out I'm a girl, I get, it always gets weird. Always gets weird. Like, it'll just jump to being very sexual, or they'll just razz on me. Even if I'm doing better at them in the game, I still get razzed on. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have a lot of nice guy friends out there that are cool with me and whatnot, but 90% of them I get, it's just, it's ridiculous. So it's just a nice extra layer of security for myself as well. Will we ever see your face? Sadly, no. I've thought about this for over the years, and when I first started this channel, I wasn't even speaking. Like, I just had little subtitles coming across the screen, kind of like how the questions are appearing right there. And, I finally got the courage to finally start speaking, to kind of show myself without really showing myself. And, again, it's just one of those security things, because I got a lot of really great, cool collectibles here, and I don't want someone to recognize me that kind of lives by me, and they go, oh, there's that girl, she's got a lot of shit, you know, and I'll go rape and murder her and rob her and all that, and I'm sorry, I just think the worst in everything, I guess. So it's just a little bit of extra layer of security. And also, it kind of goes with the mystery of the Shadow. The Shadow is a superhero that's very mysterious. You don't know who he is. He's just this shadowy figure that's there and gone, and people don't think he exists and things, and so it kind of adds to the mystery of that, so it kind of goes along with the channel, so I'm just gonna stick with it for now, at least. So yeah, no, you won't be seeing my face. How old are you? I am 27. 27, I'm not some 12-year-old boy, but yeah. Favorite animal? It's gotta be a dog. Dog or a wolf, and I think that's why I like the Wolfman so much. I don't know. I just love anything little fluffy doggies. Favorite color? Favorite color is blue. Don't really know why. I like it. It's relaxing. It's pretty. I don't know. How many games do you have? I just counted them today just to make sure. I have 876 games, and that's just physical. If I include digital, I am well over 1,000. I'm pretty damn positive. So yeah, 876 games. How many systems do I have? Well, with all those games come a lot of systems. I got 43 systems total. 27 are home console systems. Well, I guess one of those you could go either way. And then I got 16 handhelds. So, yeah, here we go. Got a lot. Got a Nintendo, got a Super Nintendo, got 3 N64s. I got the black, the ice blue, and the Pikachu. I have a Virtual Boy. Got a GameCube with a screen attachment. Got a modded Wii, Wii U, Switch, and that's the one I said can go either way. It could be either a handheld or a home console. I mean, I guess it's technically a home console, but I use it more as a handheld, so I don't know. It's up to you. Flip the coin, wherever you want it to be. And then I got a Slim PS1 with a screen attachment, a Slim PS2, Slim PS3, PS4, PlayStation VR. I kind of this has its own system because it's got its own library of games that you kind of can't play on any other system. I mean, Skyrim you can, but you know. And then I have 2 original Xboxes, both Halo editions. One is modded because the disk drive is going, and the other is not, and that's what I game on that one. Got 2 Xbox 360s. I got one of the original models with Gears stickers on it, and then I have a Gears 3 Slim. Got 2 Xbox Ones, one of the original ones that was the Sunset Overdrive white one, and then a Slim Gears 4 one. Let's see, and then I have a Sega Genesis Model 2 with a Sega CD and 32X attachment, and I counted those as 3 systems because they kind of are. And then I have a Sega Dreamcast, and then NES Mini that is modded, a SNES Mini that is modded, and I have an Ouya. Remember Ouyas? Nobody does. But I got one. Yeah. And I think that's all of my home console stuff. Oh, of course. How could I forget my fabulous PC? My PC. And I have a laptop as well, but it has the same games on it. Less, but the same. So, yeah. And then, so handhelds. I've got a blue Game Boy Color, a Pokemon Game Boy Color. I've got a SpongeBob SP, a NES SP, a blue original Nintendo DS, DS Lite Zelda model with a fancy little pen. It's really cool. Then there is, oh my god, I'm drawing a blank. My Game Boy Micro. I don't know if I said that. I don't think I did. Then I have a blue 3DS, a Pikachu 3DS XL, a Zelda 3DS, the 20th anniversary Pokemon new 3DS, and then I have a blue PSP Model 3 that is modded, PS Vita. I have an NVIDIA Shield, which I use for all my emulating from NES up to PS1 for on the go. And then I have a Sega Game Gear and a Sega Nomad. And I believe that's everything. I feel like I'm forgetting something big. what that is, I don't know. But if I come to think of it, it'll appear in the video here. Yay! And then I have like my iPod and iPhone. I got a couple games on it, but I don't game too much on it. They're simple games and they just don't keep my attention. So, in my count, I didn't include my iPod or my iPhone or my laptop. So, but everything else is part of that 43 systems. So, yeah. Let's see. How did you get all of this? And / are you rich? I am not rich. I am middle class. Have to work for a living. You know, joy. I got all this just basically out of my own paycheck. You know, ever since I started working at McDonald's when I was 16, I go to GameStop, you know, game crazy and all that. And I worked at a game store for 4 years, so that definitely helped in me getting all my stuff. People trade in things and we get the first, we weren't really supposed to get the first dibs on it, but I guess first look at the stuff. And some things they had to be put on the shelf and wait, and if nobody bought them after a week, then we could buy them. But, you know, we kind of got first look at all the stuff that would come in from trades, and I got a lot of pretty sick stuff from working at that game store. Where do you work? Sadly, I do not work at the game store anymore. I work at a sign making company. I actually work somewhere where I actually use my digital degree media, or my digital media degree. But yeah, we make like political signs, realtor signs, car decals, magnets, all that kind of stuff, posters, like, and banners. Like, some of the stuff I got in my game room are stuff that I made at work. Like, I found the picture, we printed it out, and then I would, you know, a banner I would tape and fold and hem and, you know, put grommets in. So like some of the stuff, like, it's really cool, you know, and I get to make all that and bring it home for the game room. It's nice. But yeah, so, and I'm still tight with the people at the game store, so, you know, I go shopping there probably once, twice a week and just see what they got. What is your favorite system? Hands down, the N64. I grew up on that. That's where my addiction started. And it's the one system I still go back and I can play games constantly. I love it. And I hope Nintendo keeps up their pace with the minis, because that means N64 is next. And I hope they keep up their thing with letting you mod it, because, yeah, Lord knows there's not going to be any rare games on there. And there's a lot of good rare games on the 64. So, I'll buy one, and I'm hoping that I can mod it, and I can put all the things I want on it. So, and I only put games that I have from my collection. So, yeah. How did you get started with gaming / collecting? I started playing games probably when I was like 3 or 4, and it started on my parents' Nintendo, and the Nintendo I have is still theirs, and it works beautifully, I might add. And I started playing with the original Mario, and I want to say that that's my favorite game on there, but my favorite game that I was always addicted to as a child is Mega Man 2. I love Mega Man 2 and Super Mario 3. That was my shit, and I played that constantly. And then my parents brought home the 64 with Mario 64, and I was done. Gamer for life, that's it. As far as collecting, it really didn't happen until probably when I was 16 and I got my first job. Had a car, I can go to the store, buy games. It really didn't get hardcore collecting until I worked at the game store. So, probably about 6 years ago, I'd say. But I've always been into it. What is the most expensive, or what is the most you've spent on a game? And / do you have any rare games? The most I've spent on a game, probably anywhere between the $200 to 250 range, and it was either Jack Bros or Clay Fighter Sculptor's Cut. Those are the two that I forked over the most cash. Yeah, I have to say, yeah. But as far as rare games, I mean, it's mostly old school cartridges that are my rare ones. Clay Fighter Sculptor's Cut, I got the Turok Rage Wars Grey Kart, Stunt Racer, Worms Armageddon, Jack Bros, Ninja Gaiden Trilogy. I'll have a nice little collage thing going right now so you can see, but I got a decent size of games that are rare. Pretty expensive, so. What is your favorite game? Hands down, Zelda Ocarina of Time. I could play that game over and over and over again. I know it like the back of my hand, and I've beaten it probably more times than I can count. I probably need like a whole row of like 100 people with their fingers and toes just to count how many times I've beaten this game. It's ridiculous. What kind of capture card do you use / what's your setup? Well, I have two capture cards. I got a Dazzle DVC 100, and that's for my S-Video and my composite. And then I have, I'm sorry if you hear the dog, he's spazzing out about something upstairs. Where was I? My other capture card is an Elgato HD60, which is for my HDMI stuff, which I don't use too much anymore because every time I well, maybe if I record, it's fine, but if I live stream, every time I shut down my computer blue screens. So it's something, I don't know. I don't know. And I've live streamed with my Dazzle recently, and I haven't had that problem, so don't really know what it is. But I got those, and then my setup is a nice little L-shaped desk. And I got two monitors. They're both LG. Not sure the size and the model number. But I got one that's mainly for my computer, and then I have the one next to it that can be a dual setup, and then it's hooked up to a switch box, so if I plug in my Xbox One, that one becomes an Xbox One monitor, or a gaming monitor, and then I can still be on my computer with my other one, which is really, really nice. But yeah. And then, yeah, that's how I record and whatnot. So, what is your favorite Zelda game / what was your first one? I'm pretty sure I already answered that. Favorite Zelda game, Ocarina of Time, and that was actually my first one. I got it when I was 9 years old. I still remember that Christmas, and I was just staring at the box ever since I opened it, and I was like, can we go home, because I need to play this now, because we were at my grandparents' house. And I got it because I played it at my cousin's house like a few months earlier, and the little girl in me, I'm much more of a tomboy now, but the little girl in me at the time was like, I like the pony. So I got the world's greatest game, in my opinion, and according to like ratings, all because I wanted to ride the pony. Yeah. It's awesome, right? Let's see. What are your top 5 Zelda games? I do a lot of live streaming with Zelda, so there's a lot of Zelda related questions on here. Top 5 would have to be, number 1 is Ocarina of Time, because it's just so damn good. Number 2 is Twilight Princess. As you know, I love werewolves, and it's kind of a take on a werewolf kind of thing. And I love the darkness in it, you know. But yeah, I love that one so much. Number 3, again, Darkness, Majora's Mask. It's a very sad, a very, very dark Zelda game. But it's so damn good. Not a lot of dungeons, but you know what? It works. It works for it. I mean, only 4 dungeons, but if you're a kid like I was playing it, and you only have 3 days to do it. Plus, if you rent it from Blockbuster and you don't have enough time to do it anyway, I mean, it's a challenge. It's a challenge. And the game itself is not easy. Fucking Majora's Mask can go to hell when you're fighting it without the Fierce Deity mask. Ugh. Number 4 and 5 can go either way. Either, you know, Wind Waker or Skyward Sword. Take it however you want. Wind Waker one way, Skyward Sword could be 5. Skyward Sword, Wind Waker could be 5. I love them both. So that one is too close for me to fight with there. Also, did forget. Somehow I forgot. I'm gonna throw this in the middle of the video somewhere. Some people wanted to see my Zelda collection, so here is a little video thing of that. Favorite games other than Zelda? Oh god, yeah. I love Jak and Daxter series. I'm a big Bond fan. Ratchet and Clank, Uncharted, Crash Bandicoot, Soul Calibur, especially Soul Calibur 2, Infamous, Star Fox, Mario Karts, Smash Bros, Dog Spazzing Out Again. Yeah, I got a lot of freaking favorites. If I was to stand here and tell you all my favorite series, we'd be here probably till midnight. But yeah, I got a lot more favorites than Zelda, trust me. What game are you looking forward to play, old or new? Old. I don't know on old. I'm having a special Zelda reproduction cart come in. So probably that one, but it's not going to be here for like a month because it's on back order because of the holidays. So probably that one. And as far as new, I really can't wait to play Vampire and Spider-Man. That's going to be on the PS4. Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. Halo or Call of Duty? I feel like I'm gonna piss people off regardless of my answer on this question. But I'm gonna go Halo because I'm more of a sci-fi kind of gal. And Call of Duty is just, it's not my thing. First off, I suck at it online. And not to say I don't suck at Halo Online, I do suck at Halo Online too. But I don't know, Call of Duty, it's just warfare, and I'm like, if I want to go fight in a war, I'll go sign up and go overseas. But I do have to admit, I did like Call of Duty 4, and I liked Advanced Warfare and Infinite Warfare, but I think that's because it was more of a supernatural kind of thing, kind of like Halo. Well, Advanced Warfare, I like the thing, the gloves where you could climb up the wall like Spider-Man, and Infinite Warfare was like Halo, and that's why I loved that one. So I'm definitely more of a Halo gal. Do you like to draw? Yes. I haven't drawn in a while, but I do like to draw. I'll have a link to my DeviantArt page. There's a couple of my drawings on there. A lot more digital stuff, I think, now. But yeah, like I said, I have not drawn in a while, so. But yeah, I like to do it. Tips on how to organize a collection. Well, I say try to keep things in order. Like, my whole collection, I have it organized boxed games, and they're in order of, let's see, it goes Atari, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Virtual Boy, N64, and then it dives right into Genesis, because my whole Genesis collection's boxed. And then I have it organized unboxed, and they're all, again, they go in the same order: Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Virtual Boy. And then I go into, after the Nintendo's all done, I go from the PlayStation old to new, PS1, 2, 3, 4, and then Xbox original 361. So I have them all organized like that. All my stuff has cases. If I buy a game without a case, like this game, I make sure I try to get the same kind of casing, and then I make my own box art for it. So that way then I can see what it is. And another thing, put your games away. I can't tell you how many times I hate my brother when he borrows my games and I walk in his room and he's got my games laying out on the floor without their cases. Just put them back in. And don't put them in the wrong case, because then you've opened up a whole Pandora's box and you're going, is it in here? Is it in here? Is it in here? No. And then you cause more havoc. I alphabetize as well. All my games go in order alphabetically. Games like the James Bond games, I have all under B for Bond. and then they go in order of their games. So it's like, for PS2 example, it's under B, and then it goes Agent Under Fire, Everything or Nothing, From Russia with Love, you know, and it goes down Quantum of Solace and all that. So it's in the B section, but then, oh sorry, camera's here. Camera's here, not there. So it's in the B section, and then it's all organized nicely in that. If they don't have boxes, you know, or labels, try to make labels. Like all my Game Boy games I have in the little clamshell holders that they came in, and I printed out little labels that say what games they are, and then I tape them to it. That way then I know, and I'm not rummaging around and trying to find it. Try to keep everything like similar to, like, all my N64 games are all in custom clamshell cases. The NES and Super Nintendo all have sleeves on them. And any games that don't have labels, or they're like the thin cases, like I got like a Wii game that's like Wii Sports, I put it in a plastic sleeve, first off, to protect it. Anything that is the cardboard, like old game cases, I put sleeves on them to protect them. So the Wii thing, Wii Sports, and then so you put the casing on it, and then you just put the little tape on it, and stick the name on it, so that way then it's nice and easy. All my controllers and whatnot, for my systems, I have them bagged, like, grouped in their system. So I grab one bag and it's everything I need for the Super Nintendo. Power cable, AV, controller, boom. And I have all those in bags, and then I have them in a tote. And then extra controllers and accessories I have in a separate tote. And, you know, it's just things like that. And then as far as, like, organizing as trying to figure out how many games you have, I've done an Excel spreadsheet. And I have each game organized by their gaming system, and then I have them organized by, like, color. Like, red means I haven't beaten it, and there's a lot of red on my list, let me tell you. Yellow is I've beaten it, but on a different console. Green, I've beaten it, done. I've beaten it on that console. And then there's a lovely little app called, I think it's just video games. I have it on my phone, and I have to update it. I haven't put a lot of games in there yet. But there's a paid version, and then there's a free version, and I've been using the free version, and I've had no problems with it. And you can add your own artwork, if you find it online, you know, and then you can go in and, like, you can add your own games into it. So it's nice, because I'll have, like, instead of just having it listed as, you know, one game, when really I have like 3 copies, one unboxed, boxed, and, you know, sealed or something. I can go in and actually write, you know, click on one and say, you know, here's the unboxed one, and then I can go in and change the title and add another one that says CIB, complete and boxed, and then go in and add one sealed. So it'll actually, you can add the same game multiple times, which is really, really nice. So that's another way I keep my collection organized. Although for me, I don't have so much problem remembering what games I have. Like, I know my collection that well. Like, it's terrible how bad I know it. But yeah, so that's how I organize all my stuff. Yeah, I mean, take it or leave it, I guess. I don't know. How do you feel about repros? And if you have any, how many do you have? My feeling on repros is that I go for ones that were never released here in the States. So if I don't approve of the ones that are they're like recreating, you know, Earthbound or Clay Fighters, and they're selling them for $30. I don't like that. If I want the original, I'm gonna go for the original. But games like some that were released overseas, or they were only digital ones and a fan converted them into a cart, those are the ones that I go for. How many do I have? Okay, now I gotta think about this. I'll have a nice little picture showing them all, but I gotta think now. So, let's see. I got a lot on Genesis. I think I'm just gonna ramble off a number here. I think I got like 10 repros. And again, they're all games that are either fan-made games or they were released overseas and never released here in the States at all. So, and then I have another one coming. It's actually Legend of Zelda Ancient Stone Tablets, which was a Japan-only Zelda game for the Super Nintendo that was like with their Satellaview thing, and you could play it once a week, and each week they'd add a new dungeon, so you can only play it for a month. So there's people out there that have still had the save files on their Satellaview things, and they uploaded the ROMs, and then fans filled in the missing gaps and translated it. So I got that coming. So since I couldn't get a hold of that, it's actually made by Nintendo, and that's the other reason I'm going for it. But since it wasn't released here, I'm going for that. So I got that coming in like a month. And that's the one I said I'm excited to play. It's an old game. But, yeah. So that's how I feel on repros, but I want to say I have like 10, maybe like 10 or 12. You'll see in the video, and then we can count and figure out what it is. But, yeah. Favorite superhero? Hands down, it's Wolverine. I love my Wolvie. I really do. And I just realized I looked over at a pop bottle and saw Gears. I forgot to mention that in my favorite game series. How did I forget Gears? Because Gears is my shit. Gears is all I ever play. Like, look at this little beard man. Isn't he just adorable? So I don't know how I forgot that, but I forgot that. Anyway, back to superhero. Wolverine, hands down, is my favorite. Logan was just freaking amazing, and I cried. I'm gonna admit, I cried. Not the first time I saw it, because I was expecting him to, like, come out at the end of the stones, or the stone, like, one stone would just move. But second time I saw it in theaters with my dad and my brother, and I was, like, bawling my eyes out because I knew it was gonna happen. And the daughter crying and her nose dribble just made it worse. And my brother just looks over at me and he's like, God, you're such a baby. And I'm like, shut up, this guy's my idol, and he's been with me for, 17 years, and now he's dead. And yeah, I lost it. My second favorite superhero is the Shadow, and that's whose channel this is named after. Third is Iron Man, and fourth is Spider-Man. Love them guys. Guilty pleasure game and or movie. Oh boy. My guilty pleasure game has to be Van Helsing. And I love that movie, too. I don't care what anybody says. But the game is so bad. So bad. But for some odd reason, I just enjoy it. I enjoy it. I was really pissed, though, that you didn't get to play as the werewolf at the end. That was, like, the biggest thing I was waiting for. I'm like, alright, I'm going to turn into the werewolf, and I'm going to get a new, abilities, and I'm going to be fighting Dracula. And then it was just a cutscene. And he does beat the shit out of Dracula, but still, I was like, you don't even get to play as him? What? So, but yeah, that's definitely my guilty pleasure game. Guilty pleasure movie? It's gotta be Mario Bros. That's why we don't get a Zelda movie. It is terrible. It is terrible, but if you don't think of it as a Mario movie, it's not that bad. It's a fun adventure. And that's how I see it. That's just how I see it, because that's how I watched it. My grandma taped it on VHS like forever ago on some movie channel she had. And I watched it before, I was probably like 5 when I watched it, so I didn't put 2 and 2 together like Mario and Luigi and, Luigi Mario. But I just didn't put it together. So I always viewed it as its own separate thing. And then as I grew up, I realized, I was like, oh my god, this is supposed to be this. And it's supposed to be that, and what? And so, seeing it from a different point of view as a kid, I think helped me realize that it's not that bad. But it is still bad. So, that's definitely my guilty pleasure movie. Have you beaten all these games? I wish I could say I did. I really wish I say I could. But no. No, I haven't beaten them all. Yeah, I wish. I really wish I could say that I have. I've probably, out of my 800 games, I've probably beaten maybe 100, maybe 200 of them. The sad part is I buy them all with the intention of playing them and beating them, and then I start them, and then I don't finish them because I go back to either Guitar Hero or Gears, or that's the other favorite series. I love Guitar Hero, and Rock Band. But I either go back and play Gears or Guitar Hero, or I play N64 games that I've beaten 5 million times. So, will I ever beat them? I don't know. I want to say I plan to. But, we'll see on that. The way it's going, it'll probably take me 5 million years, and I'll probably be dead before I can even beat all these. So, yeah. Oh, excuse me. Let's see, are you... Sorry, I got an itch on my foot. You a fanboy of any particular system? Well, I guess for me it'd be fangirl. But I guess that goes with favorite system, I guess. But I'm not really a fangirl of any system. Like, I like all equally, I guess you could say. And I think that's because how I grew up with my games. And let me explain what I mean by that. So I started off with original Nintendo, and then my parents got us an N64. After that, my parents got us a PS2. And then when I was old enough, by then I was old enough and was like 15, saved up money, I bought a 360. So with each stage in my life, like, you know, kid, or child, kid, young adult, I played each different system. And even though I only played each different system, and I didn't have some of the other ones, I knew people that did. Like, my cousin had a Super Nintendo, so every time we'd go over his house, we'd play Star Fox and Mario Kart and Mario World. God, I love Mario World. My best buddy across the street, he had a Genesis. So every time we'd go over there, we'd play that. Play Sega, Sonic, and Lion King, and watch his dad beat the Stampede level, and we'd be in awe. And then, an next door neighbor of mine and another uncle had a PS1, so experienced Crash Bandicoot there. And then my cousin that lived on the street over from us, he had a GameCube and an original Xbox, so I'd play Mario Parties and Halo and all that over his house. So even though I didn't have the said game systems, I still had the ability to play them throughout my childhood. So I think that's why I'm not a fangirl of any particular system, and I like each all individually. So, I mean, I consider myself the hippie of the gaming universe. Like, I'm just like, I love all individually. Peace and love, you know. Can't we all get along? So, you know, and then as I grew up, I got a PC, and I gamed on that because my one friend, Taylor, he had a computer, so we'd play, was it Taylor? Yeah, he had Left 4 Dead. We'd play that on there, and Guild Wars 2. So, yeah, I'm losing my mind. But, so, I'm not really a fangirl of any particular system. So, yeah. I hate getting dragged into that. So much. Can't tell you how many times I got dragged into which is better, PS4 or Xbox One at the game store. Oh my god. It's like, don't ask me. I like them all. What's your favorite music? I like metal and classic rock. Favorite band is definitely Disturbed. And, you know, I like Red, Skillet, Breaking Benjamin. I got to meet them. That was really awesome. I like All Good Things, and then you got the classics like ELO, Elton John, Cars, Billy Joel, Bee Gees, you know. So I mean, I do like a little bit of everything. Like my iPod has a little bit of everything. Like the two that probably aren't on there, I don't have any country. I'm not a big country person, and I'm not a big rap person, but there are some songs like from Midnight Club that I loved. So like I've got a little bit of rap. But then I got like movie and game soundtracks and classic rock and metal and this and foreign. Like I got Rammstein on there. Like, so I'm a little bit of everywhere. So, favorite movie. God, favorite movie. I have favorite movies, but I have so many favorite movies that we'd be here forever. Like I love the Bond movies. I love Van Helsing, X-Men, pretty much anything Marvel. Let me take a look at my wall. What do I got here? George of the Jungle, Emperor's New Groove, Beauty and the Beast, Lion King, Incredible Hulk TV show, Poseidon Adventures, Scary Movies, Airplane. Like, I have so many that I love. Like, that whole wall, 90% of those movies on that wall are all mine from working at the game store, because it was not only a game store, but a movie and music store. So, yeah, like, I got so many good ones on there. Like, it's ridiculous. So, but yeah, I got a lot of favorites. So, I don't know, that's just a couple. And it looks like that is the last question. So, I hope that sheds some light on me and my stuff. I try to make this not be a long video, but I see according to my timer I'm almost at 45 minutes. So if you stuck around for the 45 minutes, thanks. If not, I completely understand, because it's a long-ass video. And you got things to do and people to see, and it's Christmas. So also Merry Christmas, everybody, and Happy Holidays. And yeah, if I don't see people before the New Year's, have a Happy New Year. You know? Get some New Year resolutions going. Mine is always, I'm going to try to beat more games, but that always fails. So, yeah, that's it for this video, for the 1,000 subscriber special. Thanks again, everybody. Love y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna go and get to work on editing this so I can get it up for you guys. Hopefully today, but we'll see how that goes. That and gotta go get ready to have, we're not having any family over today. We're just gonna have turkey. It's a very plain, mellow Christmas day, so I'm not gonna complain. Alright, well, take care, you guys. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. Laters!